Okay, ready? Let's go. Whoa! Blues singers is a little bit different from rock or soul singers or musicians. The economics is nothing like with us as it is with, shall we say, rock or soul singers. So we have to work a long time to even to get doors open that would allow us to kind of live comfortably. So the reason why I'm out here this long, number one, is trying to keep blues alive. I wanted to keep and try to get blues music into the mainstream of music. That was one thing, to let people know that blues is live and well, at least I am. And second, when you got a group like my group, which I think is the best for what I do, they have families, so in order to keep them working, you got to work, or unless you're a wealthy person that you can afford to pay them when you're not working. And third and finally is I have bills to pay, so that's another reason. But I think the main thing is the first, is trying to get music, the type of music that we play into the mainstream of music, so the media would play it equally as they do the other. That's one of the reasons. For the length of time, I guess, has been my ambition to work until I could get this start to happening. And it seems to me, with the new bloods coming on the scene now, we got Robert Cray, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Louis Walker, Jeff Healey. They, to me, are some of the leaders that are seemingly, they are pushing it on into the mainstream, so maybe I can stop working so hard. But I've never been bitter, because it seems to me that the doors that are open because of what groups like U2, the Beatles, and many other groups did, because prior to them, at one time, from where I came from, it was almost against the law for whites to even listen to the type of music that I play. And when guys like the Beatles, Elvis Presley, and many of the people that was doing rock and roll came on the scene, this opened up a lot of doors for me. I know, I can speak for B.B. King, that hadn't been open. I remember going into Chicago, playing a place called Mr. Kelly's. They'd never had no blues in there till I came in there. It was jazz club. But due to Elvis, due to the Beatles, due to many people that opened the doors, then they knew about B.B. King. So there I was. And I started to say earlier, fortunately for me in my career, I've been able to work with two of, in my opinion, the #1 groups of the world at that time. I worked with the Rolling Stones in '69, I believe, and they, in my opinion, was #1 at that time. And I've just worked '89 into '90 with U2, which in my opinion, at this time, are the #1 group of the world now. And the things that I've learned from them, even though I've been told that they learned from me, but I learned, in retrospect, much from them. And I think all of that has been strength, if you will, to my longevity, if you will. Well, one of the things that's happened with music now, technology. Technology has been vast. Electronics has really become a big part of the music industry today. The computers, oh gosh, I can't even name half of the things that are used that are helpful. But you still have to have the human, that personal touch, if you will, to, shall we say, set the software where you can use it for the computers. But that has been a big help. I think the last decade, electronics has played a big part. This has allowed the, shall we say, the talented people a chance to spread their talents where people, numbskulls like myself, could learn. But I don't think it'll ever be the point, though, where people come to a club like here, for instance, or anywhere, they want to see some faces. They want you to show them some faces. So I don't care if you got one person can play, 40 instruments. They want to see some people. You're going to have to show them some people. I don't think that'll ever be where they're just, sure, people will go in any place and dance, but from time to time they want to see some live action. And I don't think whatever music you may get is going to ever take that completely away. But it will help to expand the sound. The sound is so good now, you can, I've got a little, well, I shouldn't say this, I guess, because the record industry is still fighting them, but I've got a little DAT recorder about so big, about so long, that I can hear the person breathe. The people that play, you know, like wind instruments, you can hear them breathe, and the guy that plays a guitar or something, you can hear when his fingers first touch the string. You can hear all this as if you're right there looking at it. This is what technology has done. And there's no need to try to keep it away, because some people are going to get it. I'm going to be one of them. If it's available, bring it here. I can just think of the management and the people. Management have always seemed to me tried to make things better. The club has advanced, continuously advanced. Ha ha ha. They really have. And the people are, they are like a New York, Chicago, or Memphis audience. They know what you're doing here. When they come out, they know what you're doing. To me, the most educated audiences I've ever played for, to me, was New York, Memphis, Chicago, and here in Columbus. People know what you're doing. And they, if you screw up, know that too. So that's all wonderful, I think. So that's one of the things I've always noticed. And usually when you give what you've got, the best that you can, the people are very nice. The accolades is tremendous. Well, I think like this, the management or Newport Club wouldn't want me if they couldn't have people that wanted to see me. So I try my best to let the audience know that I appreciate them and their appearance here with me, or their support, if you will, by letting them know that I love them too. I've been around some artists, been around some places even. And once the audience, I never forget once I was in Chicago, I won't mention the club, I was in Chicago, and the management had been advertising to get people to come, so people were there. So when the show was over, some guy got up and said, well, you don't have to go home, but you got to leave here. That made me angry. I got very angry, very angry. I said that he could say, you know, folks, we got to close. You know, that old stuff about you don't have to go home, but you got to leave here, he didn't say that when he was trying to get them to come in. So I wasn't happy about that at all. So you don't get that here. Sure, there are curfews in some places you have to close at a particular time. The audience understands that, so if you tell them, you're going to have a few that may grumble, but the majority of the people are right with you, and they're sensible. They know that if you don't close down, maybe you lose your license. So if you say, folks, sorry, the time is now, we have to cut it off. It's a curfew time. And most of the majority of the people will walk out. They will go. But you're going to have a few, you know, that's kind of like Lucille, that ain't going to never want to do nothing right. So you're going to always have that. But here at, you know, Newport, you never have to worry about any of that. I've always noticed that everybody, the staff, are nice. When you got the staff nice, you know that the management have to be. So that in turn make the artists want to be. I think what I'm trying to say, there's been other times where, you know, it'd be a sign at the door, you can't come in. The artists have played, you can't come in. But God, the reason he was there was to play for the people. So I may not be able to autograph everything, the whole club, but at least some of the people, I like to shake hands. As the guy used to say, I like to press the flesh. I love to do that. Yes, I do, both. I have a movie that we'll be working on, and yes, I'll be doing some more television things. But one of my pets right now, I'm going to be doing some lectures, can you believe it? I'll be doing some lectures at about 10 colleges starting in 2 weeks from now. I'm going to take about 14, 15 days off to just go and do some lectures at some colleges.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Well, thank you. I get a little nervous though when I think about it, but yes, I've did some in the past. I've had 3 honorary doctorate degrees, so some of the people call me Dr. King. I have one from Yale, one from Berklee School of Music, and one from Tougaloo College in my home state of Mississippi. And so I get a little nervous when they say it, but I think when you've been in the business going into 41 years doing, you know, a particular thing, you learn quite a bit about it. Experience is what I want to talk about when I lecture at the colleges, about the music from then until now, and go into some detail about how I think it has changed, somewhat similar to what we've talked about here.
Walking away?
No, not like that. I feel that when Lucille go in the case, the great master will be calling me away. I don't ever intend to stop unless people stop supporting me. You know, the fans stop buying my records or coming to see me. If my health gets bad or something like that, then I would. But other than that, I won't travel as much as I have. I've been on the road on an average of 300 days a year since 56. In 56, I did 342 one-nighters, and since that, I haven't did that many one-nighters, but on an average of 300 days on the road. Now, I don't work all of those days, but we still do on an average of 300 concerts per year. Because many times we do 2 concerts. I was born on a plantation, and I worked hard there. I've been a disc jockey for many years, so I work hard there. So I kind of enjoy doing some. I will cut down. I won't be doing a lot of 2 shows per day. That I'm starting to do already. But I feel right now we are just about at the threshold of where I want the music to go, or what I've been praying and playing and hoping that it would. So I think right now we are right near that point, and with your help and with everybody's help that's going on, and the new people on the block now playing, all of this is just about to do what I've been hoping for 40 years. So I can't stop right now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Shut up, Lucille. They will. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.